What the heck, Peter? What are you doing, dude? That gamer guy chair, dude? Are you gaming tonight? Or are you watching the freaking Pimp on a Blimp? What's going on?
I'm a pimp on a blimp. Yeah, I'm smoking steak and shrimp. Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, what's up, guys? It's Speeder John Griffin here. Bootleg Walmart Great Value Edition. Seth MacFarlane from Ted the Talking Teddy Bear Show too. What's up, Alex Stein?
Wait. So I didn't even realize that because I'm such an idiot, and you're very talented at that. Is Ted just freaking Peter Griffin's voice too? I thought the teddy bear sounds a little different, right? Or no?
So yeah, there's like Ted, like he drops it a little lower, and he's like, "Hey Johnny, I got this thing in my heart. I just can't stop. Oh my God, fuck you, da." And he's like that. And then Peter up a little bit higher, and you're like, "Oh my God, Lois, that's a wonderful lasagna. Oh my God."
Wow. Brian. Peter, you're talented. I like this. We need more Peter Griffin freaking on the show, dude. We need to have
so fly, I'm aligned with the planes. My grind so refined, I got no time for no games. Ask yourself why would I make time for you lames? At all costs, cause I'm a boss. But break them off, yeah, gotta break them off.
I got it, Chris. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's Pimp on a Blimp coming to you live from the Blimp. And guys, if you saw that clip, that was a call-in show that we're doing on Monday nights, and we're going to make it shortly for Blaze TV subscribers only. So if you guys want to participate and call into the show, make sure to subscribe. Go to blazetv.com/primetime and use the code primetime99 for a 99-cent. Ginger, come here. Guys, if you notice, we have a special guest here today. You guys see this puppy right here? This is Ginger. This is a street pit bull. She's actually very dangerous. She's bitten a lot of humans, and the reason we brought her on is because the world we live in right now is crazy. We have governors that actually think that dogs can be bad or that dogs can be born in the wrong body. And just like transgender children, no dog is born in the wrong body, all right? It's just bad owners. Like, this is a very violent dog. This dog has bitten me and put me in the hospital, has put me in the ER, which I'm very thankful for because I learned how to be a better owner. That's something Kristi Noem should do because, listen, this is a violent dog, right? And if you had to euthanize anything, maybe it should be the animal. Maybe it should be the animal that actually is like a land shark, but not me, guys. Even a dangerous pit bull like this, I'm not gonna freaking euthanize. Jimmy, right?
Right.
And are you nervous about this dog at all? Or everybody seems very tense around Ginger. They think she's like some sort of killer dog. I mean, all she's done is probably, I think she's only killed a few squirrels. I mean, that's the only thing she's taken out.
No, she's very sweet, but if I pissed her off, she could eat me.
Oh, she would. This is my only, this is really my best home protection. If somebody comes in, I need the dog to bite their leg so then I can shoot them because it's going to take a minute to load the gun, right? I need somebody to go freaking distract them while I go get the AK-47, okay? So, Kristi Noem, Trump's potential VP candidate, is in a lot of hot water, as I'm sure you guys have seen, because she's going around and talking about her autobiography that she did not write. In the same autobiography that she says that she had to euthanize her dog by taking it to a gravel pit and blowing its brains out with a shotgun, in this same book, Ginger, you're ripping the towel. This is a nice towel, Ginger. Please, have some decorum on the show. Look at this. This is a high-class linen. Now it's ruined. Okay, my point is, in this book, she also claims that she had a very tough interaction and a tough meeting with Kim Jong-un. Is that right, Jimmy?
Yes.
KJ-un?
Mm-hmm.
And she supposedly looked down at his face and said he was a dictator or something. It was like this whimsical story of her saving, I guess, North Korean versus South Koreans. I don't know. I don't really know why
she said she met him on the DMZ, which is
the demilitarized zone.
Yeah, but if you're gonna lie, at least make it a little believable because it's very easy to disprove that.
Yeah. Does he even speak English?
I don't think he needs to with Kristi Noem. I mean, as long as he's not a dog, he should be safe. But actually, in their culture, they do eat dogs, so maybe they did bond over that. Did you think about that? In North Korea, I know in China they have the Yulin Dog Meat Festival, but I'd imagine in North Korea with their food shortages that they have resorted to eating dogs. Can we verify that, Jimmy? Can you do a quick Google search?
Well, I mean, when they have food, I'm sure they eat whatever they have.
No, it's true. They eat pretty much anything they can.
Oh,
because they don't have produce, Brandon. Is that why?
Oh, they don't have food. Yeah.
They don't even have Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Well, I mean, Kim Jong-un does. I don't think the civilians do. No.
They don't have McDonald's.
No, you should reach out to him. You think we get Kim Jong Un on the show?
That'd be great.
Cool.
Well, I'm thinking maybe I should go to North Korea because then I could diet. I could lose some weight because I've been eating. If they don't have McDonald's, that's where I need to go, right? I'm always at the drive-through lane. Maybe
I was supposed to ban you from the snack area. I forgot about it.
I know, and you notice I was snacking already today. All I've had is one. I've actually have been good on my diet today. All I've had is one bag of Cheetos and one bag of Fritos, which is I'm under 500 calories, but I can just tell, though, once I start eating those chips, I want to eat more. I have a very bad food addiction, so I'm happy, Brandon, that you actually, I'm not happy because you didn't stop me today. But
Oh, no, I didn't. I mean, they're absolutely putting, chemicals in the food to make you addicted to them, right?
Yeah, and gay, for sure, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
the other day I had a freaking hot dog. I had a vegan hot dog, and it made me gay. It was gayer than gay sex, I think. Now, somehow, this towel is wrapped up in my nice jacket. Ginger, how did you do this? She's messing up my fine linens.
That's impressive.
She has a whole thing in her mouth. Oh my gosh, Ginger. Oh my gosh. Can you show this? Oh my. Ginger, do not swallow. She just swallowed a bunch of this. No, Ginger. Ginger. Come here, Ginger. Come here. Come here, Ginger. Come on. Come on, girl. Come here, girl. Come here. This is what a sweet dog is. Does this look like a dog that needs to be euthanized?
Absolutely not.
No, this is a good dog.
How much does Ginger weigh?
Like 65.
55. That's a tank.
I know, she's big and she's licking.
Hey, Alex, stay right there. We have an ad read.
Okay. Guys, you know CastBrew Coffee is the best coffee in the world. You guys know that I have my own double caffeinated 2-time grind coffee. So if you guys want to support a coffee, let's start it from the back because let's give them a proper ad read because Tim is our friend. Guys, born of a desire for bold coffee and a need to build companies that actually support American values, CastBrew Coffee provides an alternative to the faceless corporate ecosystem and fosters a parallel economy that actually supports freedom. Try my own personal blend. It's called Alex Stein's Primetime Grind. It's a dark roast, 100% organic ground coffee with 2 times the amount of caffeine. It's the strongest coffee known to man, and I actually give it to Ginger. Every morning, her and I have a cup of joe. I put it in her dog bowl, and she drinks it straight up. She likes the coffee dark and black, just like how I like it. And you guys can like it too. And if you go to cashbrew.com, you use promo code PRIMETIME, you're going to get 10% off your purchase, and they're going to know I sent you. So if you guys want to support the show, you want to support the Pimp on a Blimp, go to CashBrew Coffee or cashbrew.com and get some CashBrew Coffee because it helps everybody here keep their jobs. Okay, so Jimmy, we got this. Now at your school, the school where you have like all these famous pedophiles, correct?
Yes, mostly one, but yes.
One very famous pedophile
Yes.
that ran a lot of important student organizations on that campus, correct?
Yes.
This is not gay, though, right? This is just a hunger strike, good old-fashioned hunger strike?
Just good old-fashioned hunger strike. So, yeah, we got a white kid who's probably not Muslim wearing Muslim garb, and he's going on a hunger
Muslim
strike.
to wear Muslim garb? Because I think I have worn a lot of Muslim garb. Is that bad in the Quran?
It's okay as long as you're protesting Palestine. Then it's not cultural appropriation.
Yeah, that's true, because if you wore an Indian headdress, you would be considered racist.
Yes. But this other hunger strike person is going viral. Can you put full screen 3? Hunger strike for Palestine. Let's just watch a little bit of her video. Can you put SOT 1 up?
Inviting any people of conscience in the Princeton community, students, faculty, alumni, to participate with the striking students in a solidarity fast. In just the last few hours, we've had commitments from at least 6 people from Princeton Theological
6
Seminary
people
participate in this solidarity fast, with more coming in by the hour. At the seminary, we've also been calling our school to disclose and
So I did some research on her. Apparently the hunger strike has nothing to do with Palestine. It was just a doctor's orders.
You wrote that joke, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Everybody's been fat shaming
Jimmy,
her. You know, we don't
I
fat
spent
shame.
hours
We're
writing
not
that
allowed to
joke.
fat shame on
He
this
pitched
show.
that to me earlier. He's like, I got a great joke. And I was like, do it, dude.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
But the internet, like, she had to know what was going to happen because the whole internet has been like, oh, I guess the hunger strike started today. And yeah, it's
I
poor
know,
girl's getting roasted.
But it would be good for her to do a little intermittent fasting. That probably would be beneficial for her diet. I mean, I know we're not a medical professions. I mean, actually, technically, I am a medical professional, but I'm not a doctor. I still don't know why you'd even write that joke, Jimmy. Everybody's been saying that joke. I mean,
I know that was unoriginal.
You
but
had that whole setup and everything.
Yeah. Well, the reality of the situation is funnier than anything I could come up with, because now they're complaining that Princeton is not providing them the proper medical services and checking their vitals, as if that's their problem. Because Princeton admin, to their credit, has been like, okay, if you want to starve yourself, that's not our problem. Like, you have food, we can't force you to eat it. Like, hunger strike.
Alex, what's the longest you've gone without food?
Well, I've fasted before. Back when I was in good shape, I would do not all the time, but I've done a 72-hour fast. You do feel good after a 72-hour fast once you get past the hunger. But I've noticed something, Jimmy, and I got to shout out my dad on this one. You're wearing your Princeton shirt, and my dad ran into Jason Garrett. He did not bring you up, but he brought me up, and Jason was really complimentary about me to my dad. Can you believe that?
Oh, really? That's awesome. I'll have to, next time I'm running into him at Princeton reunions in a couple weeks. I'll bring you up.
You need to bring me up. He's just really nice to my dad. He hugged my dad. He didn't say he was a big fan or anything, but Jason Garrett's met me twice, and supposedly, I guess my dad showed him a picture of us together, and he was like, oh, my dad just said, thank you to Jason for being so respectful. So some people from Princeton aren't pedophiles, apparently.
Yeah, there's some good ones, a couple.
Jimmy, you should eat your Princeton degree to
You should get a Princeton tattoo. We were thinking about doing a tattoo. We're having trouble finding a tattoo artist that will come into the studio and do it because there's our regulations. Apparently, I didn't know that the tattoo industry will literally put a swastika on you, but coming and doing it in studio, that breaks their terms of service.
Yeah, we need someone unlicensed to do it.
Yes, we just need a tattoo gun and somebody that doesn't want to ever have a career in being a licensed tattooist, because that is a crime to give a tattoo without a license, right?
It's definitely frowned upon.
All right, I hate government regulation.
well,
why do I need a piece of paper from the government telling me I can draw on somebody? That's retarded.
Well,
it is.
Anyone in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, if you're willing to give one of us a tattoo, just DM me at JVT Entertains on Twitter.
Yes, and please be local, because we don't want to. I know somebody's going to be like, I'm in Ontario, Canada, and I'm an unlicensed yada yada. That's not going to help us out very much.
Alex, speaking of Canada, didn't some dude on the stream last night ask to sleep on your couch?
Yes, dude, and he got mad.
Weird. That was kind of weird.
That was really weird. He got really upset when I was immediately like, dude, I don't know if you can come and stay at my house. I have no idea who you are. And then he's like, I'm your fan. I like you. And then, it's funny, we don't have the clip, but Tim Pool and Lila, they didn't have an argument last night, but Tim was talking about how sometimes your fans and supporters, they do expect almost too much. They have unreal expectations. And I think Lila gave him some pushback like, no, I don't even know. I didn't even watch the whole clip. My point is, Tim has a point. It is kind of weird when people are like, they know me really well, but I don't know them at all.
I mean, but you have to know that's an insane thing to ask on a live stream.
And he was serious. He was dead serious. And if you guys want to ask me those same questions, you can watch it on Monday nights, because you guys all subscribe to the Blaze app. You guys are going to be eligible to call into that show, and you can get denied when you ask me to come stay at my house. Because if Ginger would eat that guy. Yeah. What about the guy that had the weird tattoo of the F word on his hand?
I mean, yeah, that was kind of cool though.
There was a lot of
kinda
interesting
cool.
people.
Yeah,
there was, and no haters. I'm surprised that we didn't have any scorned people come on the stream, but that was a W for us.
Yeah, but we need everyone to hit the like button.
Oh yes, Brandon, thank you. See, Brandon, I asked Brandon, I said, hey, let's remind the viewers to hit the like button, because we got over 800 people watching and we're not at 800 likes. So that would really help. That'll get the viewership up. All you got to do is hit that little like button. We're not asking too much. Look at that. Oh my God, look at that lower third.
Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah. Wow, now we really are a professional show. Look at the lower third like. Leave a comment and hit that subscribe button. But did you see, actually, our views are actually not doing bad, guys. We're actually doing pretty good lately. As a matter of fact, I got some alert, and they said that over 56% of our viewers are returning. So that's good. So more viewers are returning than are leaving. So we love that. Thank you to everybody there. Now, is our guest ready, Milagro?
No, we have to do another ad read before we get him on.
Oh, yes. This is our new sponsor for all of you lushes out there that like to party hardy. Since 2007, Folds of Honor has provided life-changing scholarships to the spouses and children of America's fallen or disabled in combat. And in 2023, this was extended to include the families of fallen first responders. They've awarded over 51,000 scholarships and more than $200 million so far. And the need is still great, but together we can make sure no qualified applicant is turned away. FlyingAce is aligned with Folds of Honor to ensure the children of our American heroes receive the education they deserve. As proud supporters of Folds of Honor, Flying Ace has had the privilege of providing hope for the families of those who protect our freedom. To that end, Flying Ace is proudly sponsoring 4 scholarships awarded quarterly this year. Please, if you can, donate today and help them make a great impact. Go to flyingacespirits.com or go to the link in the description when you purchase a bottle of Flying Ace. You will also be donating to Folds of Honor. Make sure to use the promo code PRIMETIME and get free shipping on every order. That's flyingacespirits.com, promo code PRIMETIME. Make sure to go get that. See, we did that whole ad. You didn't even know it was for a liquor company, did you, Jimmy?
I knew it was.
I know you know it because you're the producer of the show, but we need more people to know. That's for a liquor company.
Yeah.
So go. If you, people right now are probably drinking. Did you notice how many people were drunk in the live stream last night?
Oh, yeah, all of them. I hope.
So I'm guessing everybody's drunk right now. So guys, go to flyingaces.com and actually go support the family of fallen heroes, because that organization actually helps out the vets. And if our government is going to be responsible for helping out our vets, they're all going to be addicted to drugs because our government doesn't really want to help veterans. So you can do your part and get a little tipsy in the process by going to Flying Aces. What's the rest of the website? FlyingAceSpirits.com. Again, that's FlyingAceSpirits.com. Promo code PRIMETIME, so they know we sent you.
And the link is in the description, and you can drink for a good cause.
And that's better than taking your baby to the bar and drinking for a personal, drinking the pain away from having a tough producer.
That is true.
Boss. It's hard being my producer, isn't it, Jimmy?
Well, it can be, but most of the time when it's hard, it's because
You're doing bad, yes.
Yeah.
And
So-
you need a lot of flying aces to help you get through this job.
Yeah, so I can only look in the mirror as I drink Flying Aces spirits, but at least I feel good. I feel like I'm helping veterans as I drink.
Yes, and you're not giving any to your daughter at all. She doesn't get any of the flying aces. You have do you have a lock on your liquor cabinet?
I do.
Okay, good. Now, if Ginger will just act right, why is she?
Our guest is ready whenever you are.
Okay, let's bring on Milagro Jones. Milagro, what's happening, my man?
Yo, what's up? What's up? How you doing today?
Dude, Milagro, you're going viral, going to these protests, doing a little, trolling that I love to see. I think we need more people doing that. So before we even get into the interview, let's play one of your most viral clips.
Sounds good.
What's your problem, sir? You said you had a problem with me, right?
You to leave.
Bro, I'm an African American. You are a white man telling me to leave a part of the campus. Do you want me to go to Jasmine Rush and show her a photo of you, the dean of students, and let her know that you was harassing me?
Am I harassing?
Yeah, you are. You're asking me to leave a public place. You as a white man are asking an African American student to leave a public area at UCLA campus. That's called racial discrimination, and that's a violation of the Civil Rights Act. So do you want to get out of my face now?
I mean, I think your presence is agitator on purpose.
What's that?
You're being an agitator on
I'm being
purpose.
an agitator, so you think the First Amendment is agitation?
No one see you're drawing lines that aren't there.
Okay, because I'm
I'm
practicing the First Amendment right
And you're
to
allowed to
record.
do that.
Right. So I'm recording over here. This guy's recording me. You're not talking to him. Look, he's recording me. You're not talking to him. We got people over here. You know what I'm saying? I don't see you talking to them.
We haven't had any complaints about them being agitators.
right. Well, you're just bothering me, bro.
We haven't had any complaints about them being agitators.
I don't know
if
what
we get a complaint.
So what's an agitator's
I don't
plan?
have to tell you that.
Right. Exactly. You can't even explain yourself,
I
bro.
don't have to tell you
Right
that.
now,
You're trying to.
You're two white men. You're two white men blocking an African American student from walking around on the
You're
campus.
allowed to
bro.
go wherever you want.
I'm allowed to go where I want. You seem to be blocking my daughter's stroller from going forward. You just spilled my drink. And you're blocking my child's stroller from moving forward. That's a little weird, bro. You're acting a little weird, bro.
Wow. So tell us, how intense was it? I know when you do these confrontations, at least for me, my heart gets pumping, the adrenaline gets flowing, and you can tell that you were a little adrenalized yourself there. So, what was that all about?
Yeah, so basically, these individuals on the left, what they like to do is they like to accuse everybody on the right of being racist. So they like to make up these claims that, let's say, Donald Trump is racist or Joe Rogan is racist or anyone who they don't agree with is racist. So I'm an African-American student who was exercising my rights to access the campus where I'm free to go. And they stopped me. So I just flipped it around on them and saw how they like to be called racist. And they didn't like it very much. So I just find it very interesting that they love to use that word to target other white people they disagree with, but they don't like it very much when that word is flipped around and used on them.
No, he definitely looked guilty. The first guy in a mask, when she started talking about civil rights, he's like, man, I don't want to mess. Because let's just be real. You are an African American. Those guys are white guys, and they're trying to virtue signal for some cause that has nothing to deal with them. So it's so good. It's culture jamming. You're throwing the culture back in their face that they're trying to perpetuate. So I think it's actually pretty brilliant. And I know that you've had multiple videos doing this. But what I've noticed is there are obviously Middle Eastern people there, and like they seem authentic, but the amount of white people there, and they're all kind of gay twinks. Have you noticed that, Milagro?
Yeah, so basically the organizations that were mainly in charge are called FJP, Faculty for Justice in Palestine, and SJP, Students for Justice in Palestine. And a lot of students who are not white try to, access the leadership positions in these organizations. And unfortunately, they do make sure that other students have to answer to them and have to go through them. And they do pretend that their movement is associated with Palestine. But in reality, their movement was going on before what was going on between Israel and Palestine recently. And they're just trying to take the momentum from that movement and turn it onto their movement. So I came into the space not trying to bother anybody, not trying to agitate anything. I actually came just to check out what they had going on. And I was trying to be supportive of their movement a little bit. They accused me of being a Zionist, so I went out and got the T-shirt. They accused me of being an Israeli agitator, so I went ahead and showed a lot of love to all the Jewish people. And I think I'm going to actually probably be taking a trip to Israel soon with my daughter. So
Milagro, wait. So as they've reached out, you need to go take that trip. If they get you that free trip, I think they put you business class. You get the lay flat seat, you get the champagne. No, you definitely need to go. I have not done that yet. I'm waiting for somebody from Israel to give me that free trip. But listen, let's be real. Israel has some criticisms. I mean, Palestine has some. I'm saying both of them can be criticized. That's what's so annoying about this is there's three sides to every story. Israel's side, the Palestinian side, and the truth. So it's like I'm empathetic to the right to protest, but I don't like the way that they're doing it, how they're basically just causing division because we're fighting with each other and we're not going to actually stop what's going on or the people that are doing it to us. So like, where are your political views now? I mean, now it sounds like you're kind of like a conservative icon. It sounds like, Milagro.
Yeah, so my political education began with African-American groups in the inner city. It continued with local politics. I served in neighborhood councils here in Los Angeles, California. I served in educational groups like the Parent Advisory Committee of LAUSD. Wow. And at this point, I was supporting the left or just being apathetic. But after what I've experienced, I'm definitely supporting conservatism. I'm definitely, supporting the Republican Party. And as I move forward, I definitely want to continue exposing the people on the left who are, in my opinion, trying to destroy this country.
Well, there's going to be a lot of opportunities to go to a lot of protests. A lot of stuff will be disrupted. And you're in Los Angeles where it's going to be crazy. So tell us about L.A. I mean, have you seen, this is the thing. California on TV, if you watch Fox News, they say it's the worst place on earth. If you go to California, it's still a beautiful place. It's still a nice place. But what is your opinion of how bad things have gotten in Los Angeles specifically?
Yeah, so when I came to Los Angeles, I came here with $40, my carry-on bags, and my 3-year-old daughter. And we were fleeing domestic violence and child abuse. I started out in Skid Row, and now I'm at UCLA. Unfortunately, I've seen that every year that I've been here, the homelessness crisis has increased, despite Gavin Newsom and Mayor Eric Garcetti and now Karen Bass throwing all this money at this issue. It seems to be that they don't have the willpower to address homelessness. There's been no federal legislation passed to address homelessness while Biden's been in office. So I think that right now we're just seeing the crisis growing. We're seeing the issues getting worse. We have Gascon, who is who's the person in charge of law and order, who doesn't allow for juveniles to get charged as adults, who allows people to commit serious crimes and get right back onto the streets. So right now, I'm just ashamed to see the leadership in this state, the leadership in the city. They're not stepping forward to address any of the issues that the community has. And a word that they love to use is gaslighting. They're not going to gaslight me and convince me that things are getting better in California or in Los Angeles, because I've watched the deterioration and I've watched things get worse every year that I've been here.
Well, at the protests, were you ever afraid of your safety, or where in Los Angeles are you ever afraid of your safety? Probably not that protest, because I know it's kind of wild that a bunch of people got there, but like, are there places you're scared to go in Los Angeles?
Yeah, so if you look on my X page right now, Shirion.org just shared a video that I posted. One of the protesters actually pulled a firearm, threatened to unalive me and my brother. which I actually in that moment thought that I was going to die over this stuff because that's what he was threatening to do. I filed charges with UCPD. They have not assigned a detective. They have not made any arrests, despite me being able to provide them this person's identity. When I go around in public with my daughter, I'll give you an example. I saw somebody beaten with a hammer on the metro. I went to a LASD deputy and pointed out the person who beat the other person with the hammer and had the hammer in his backpack. He told me, sorry, this isn't my jurisdiction. You got to go to LAPD. He pointed me out to the station. When I went to the LAPD station, they refused to take any type of report or address the offense that was committed. So it's just a state of lawlessness. And if you're not afraid, then it's because you don't care about your own safety.
No, you're right. I mean, can you imagine that you go to the police, that you're threatened with a violent act, and they just say tough cookies? I mean, that really is a sad state of affairs, because even if they arrest the person, they're like, well, the person's going to get right back out on the street, so they don't even want to waste their time. It really doesn't encourage them to actually do police work, because they know that their police work is going to be, undermined by this horrible system that we have. So, dude, this is crazy. Are you going to continue to go to protests? Like, what is your plan for the future now that you're, blowing up on social media?
Yeah, so I'm going to grad school. I'm going to LSU, which is in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
I went to LSU. I graduated. Wait, Milagro, what the heck, dude? I'm an LSU Tiger. I graduated in 2010. I'm a big one. Dude, go Tigers. So now you're about to go to Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge is going to be wild, too. It's a different type of wild than Los Angeles. You're going to be like eating etouffee and people are just drunk on the street. But Baton Rouge is actually pretty wild. Have you spent any time there yet?
No, I haven't, but I've opened up for Lil Boosie, and he's a famous artist from Baton Rouge.
Everybody knows Lil Boosie. What the heck, Milagro? You know Lil Boosie. He's like the king of Louisiana right now. So are you going to connect with him when you go to school there, you think?
I mean, that would be a pretty far-fetched, but when I opened up for him, it was all the way back in 2007 when I was a teenager, so that would be pretty far-fetched. But, yeah, I mean, I just hope that I can continue the movement that I'm starting here when I'm in Baton Rouge. I know that Louisiana does have a governor who is trying to address crime. He had a state of emergency where he's getting some bills passed, and he is trying to address the crime in Baton Rouge and the crime in New Orleans. So I'm hoping that things will be better there. I know there are a lot of issues in Baton Rouge, but I hope we can start addressing some of them when I get there.
Dude, Baton Rouge is dangerous, but New Orleans is wild, dude. I mean, on the French Quarter, I would not be taking your daughter there unless it's like during the daytime, you're going on, some sort of tourist thing. Really at night, there's so many people there that try to buy drugs, get robbed. It's just a very, very, very dangerous place. Everybody thinks you can just go to Louisiana and it's like Cancun, Mexico. It's not like that. It's a little rougher than they say. But we can't keep talking about all the doom and gloom, because I think Louisiana is actually a great place. I think you'll like it a lot, especially Baton Rouge. But like, how can we make this positive? How can we be high vibrational about all the crazy stuff that's happening in the world right now?
Yeah, so me personally, I'm trying to use my platform to do some positive things. I just had a TikTok live where I had individuals from both sides, people who were pro-Palestinian and pro-Israel, who were having dialogue. No voices were raised. I don't think any feathers were ruffled. As far as the work that I'm doing, I'm getting a lot of support right now. So there's an organization that actually does a lot of good stuff, and it's a Love is Real movement. And so I'm going to be working with them. They have a lot of Jewish and African-American solidarity things going on. So I'm going to be working with a lot of positive people. When this all started out, I had 0 followers on X. I'm at like 6,000 now. I had 1,000 followers on TikTok. I'm at about 28,000. So I'm starting a GoFundMe so I can afford grad school. And I'm doing a lot of different initiatives. And hopefully I'll be able to do a lot of positive things very soon.
Okay, now we're going to ask you some tough questions. I want to get your inside baseball, your opinion. So tell me this. 9/11. Do you think 9/11 was an inside job?
I can't tell you the specifics about 9/11. What I do know about 9/11 is that the same way that when terrorists attacked the United States of America, people around the world rallied behind America and supported our right to defend ourselves. That's the same way I think that people should rally around Israel and their right to defend themselves. There's still, I think, 100 or maybe more than 100 hostages who are being held by this terror organization, Hamas. And I think that as Americans, we should put our divisions aside and we should support our ally, Israel. And I think that a lot of people supported United States, and I think it's our time to support Israel and support the Jewish people in their right to self-determination.
What a professional answer. You know, we've had Vivek Ramaswamy on, and he's like, yeah, I think the government lied about 9/11, but you gave a very, politically correct answer. I respect that. Okay, now the next thing, we ask this all the time. 1969 through 1972 moon landings, were they real or fake?
I'm sorry, some loud sirens. You could repeat that one more time?
Yeah, okay. And that's why the cops are going to come arrest us for asking this question. In 1969, the Apollo moon missions said that we put, between 1969 and 1972, 12 men on the moon. We have not been back since. We haven't put a man on the moon since. Was that real or was that fake with Stanley Kubrick made in a movie studio?
Yeah, so I used to do boxing. I was in a gang when I was young, so I used to box unprofessionally, and then I did a little boxing with a gym in Milwaukee. And I know that Buzz Aldrin, I'm pretty sure, knocked somebody out or did something.
Yeah, Bart Sabrell had confronted him. Yeah, so he said that, but he wouldn't swear on the Bible though. He had a Bible. He asked him to swear on it. He wouldn't swear on it, and then he punched him in the face.
Yeah, so me personally, I haven't been boxing in a while. I don't want to piss off Buzz Aldrin, so I'm going to say that it was real.
Okay, all right, that's fair. And I box a little bit too. We have so many connections. Okay, now the last one. This is the hardest one. This is the one that you're obviously going to disagree with, but it's the one that Jimmy is a big one. Jimmy went to Princeton. He's smart. Jimmy thinks that the earth is flat. Do you think that the earth is flat too?
All right, so I'll say this about the earth being flat. It's crazy how people have such different perspectives on things. They can see the same thing and look at it completely different. Mm-hmm. If you look at that Ole Miss video, what I saw a fraternity brother who was turned up, who somebody was flipping the middle finger at him. I know big girls need love too, but Lizzo Jr. was flipping the middle finger at him. And what I saw was him just getting excited and saying, ooh, ooh, ooh. Like when you get excited, you might say, ooh, ooh, ooh. And for some reason, the media clipped that and tried to say he was making monkey noises. Now, if you see a black person and hear ooh, ooh, ooh when someone's getting excited and you think about a monkey, then that's probably you and the media being racist. That doesn't mean that the fraternity brother was being racist. So I think we also should speak up for this brother who's being labeled as a racist. I think we should speak up for the frat boys at campuses who are standing up against these anti-Israel protesters who are invading their campuses. And I think we might have different viewpoints, but there are some things that we should all be able to start agreeing on.
Milagro, do you have a future in politics?
Yeah, I
these
know.
are very diplomatic answers.
You can tell Milagro's really smart, though, because he got into UCLA, one of the hardest schools. And if he's going to grad school at LSU, the grad schools are much... I mean, LSU's not that easy to get into. I know they make fun of me all the time, but actually it's a very desirable school in Louisiana. And it's not like Ole Miss. They just let anybody in. So obviously you're smart. You're going to these esteemed universities, not Princeton. My producer, he went to Princeton, and he was like best friends with what's the pedophile?
We have to keep bringing him up.
No, but there was a famous pedophile that recently got arrested with child porn from your university. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And didn't he run the queer organization on the university?
Golly, this is...
Well, I'm just saying.
Can we limit that to one a show? You've already brought that up.
No, but I'm just saying, Princeton's a great university. It's not a stain on Princeton. It's probably a stain on you, but it's not a stain on Princeton. Did you know that there was a prolific pedophile that got arrested with child porn that was the head of, what was it?
The head of the queer Princeton alumni who was a Princeton grad recently got arrested for possessing child pornography. So not a great look for all Princeton.
So would you rather go to Princeton or LSU?
Well, me personally, I think that that individual at Princeton, I'm glad that he was arrested. I'm glad that he's going to be having the charges levied against him that he deserves. But I don't think that he should just be thrown in with the entire LGBTQ community because, there's gay conservatives. I'm sure that there's lesbian conservatives. There's even a famous transgender woman who is a conservative.
White.
So I do want to stand up and say that I got a lot of love for the LGBTQ community. And I don't want.
So do I. We all do. No, we do love the LGBTQ
Dude, I like
community.
Milagro. He's so much better at answering you.
I know he's good at answering. He's answering it all professional. He can't trip him up. I'm trying to ask him about flat Earth. He's talking about Ole Miss. I'm trying to ask him about the moon landing. He's talking about Buzz Aldrin punching guys. This guy's got an answer for everything. Okay, here, how about this one? If you're so smart, what's 6 times 7?
Man, hey, I'm an English major, y'all. You got me there. I'm an English major.
We got him on one. Oh my gosh, we finally got one. Okay, so before we let you go, how can people find you and support you?
So yeah, they can find me on YouTube is Daddy Milagro. They can find me on Instagram, Daddy Milagro, on X/Twitter, I'm Cupid General, and on TikTok, I'm Cupid Soldier. And I just want to give a big shout out to Alex Stein and Blaze TV. And I appreciate y'all for having me on. I think that we can definitely do a lot of good things in the future together.
For sure, I want to collaborate, and I guess that's my last question. What are there any future protests, or are you planning on traveling? I know there's probably a lot of stuff going on in Los Angeles. You don't have to go too far, but are you planning on maybe going? I saw there's protests in Sacramento. Are you planning on kind of traveling, or what's next for you, Milagro?
Yeah, I'm gonna be here till August. So after my GoFundMe finishes up, I have an organization who's going to help me do another GoFundMe so I can get some real video equipment and I can start vlogging and documenting some of these protests and getting some more content out because people love it. They really like to see what I'm doing. So I want to give them an opportunity to keep the movement growing. And
this is not even advice. Obviously, get some nice camera equipment, but this is the great thing is with your iPhone, it's kind of small, it's compact. You can almost get better footage. You almost get real good POV. You know, it sounds crazy. Like in your mind, you're like, oh, I need a cameraman. I need all this stuff. And that does help. Don't get me wrong. But really and truly, you just holding that camera in your hand and exposing like that, it gives such a raw POV feeling that like that's sometimes the best content. That's what I've noticed. Like I've had, higher produced stuff. I'm telling you, sometimes almost less production makes a clip more watchable and enjoyable. So just keep doing what you're doing. Keep calling out the BS and keep on. I mean, dude, I think you have a bright future. I've only known you for 15 minutes, and then other than I've been watching your clips and I've seen that you're fearless, I think if you can channel that in the right direction, you're going to be a force to be reckoned with. So keep up the good work, and I appreciate you coming on this evening.
All right, thank you.
Peace. All right,
God
guys.
bless America.
God bless America. Everybody go follow him. His Twitter is in the description. Is that right, Jimmy?
Oh, it's not in the description, but we put the lower thirds. And Morgan has been putting it in the chat.
Okay.
So
what do you think about getting that haircut? You think you could rock that?
Yeah, I could, yeah.
That's a pretty sick haircut. I kind of like that.
Dude, that guy had all the vibes, and then the LSU connection, and then him and I are similar, yelling at protesters, or at least confronting protesters. Dude, that guy has a bright future. And you know what's going to make your future even brighter? If you guys help your liver out. I mean, there's one thing that me and Dave Portnoy have in common. We both had heart attacks. However, my heart is healthy now. Why, you ask? Because I take liver health formula. That's why so many of us have a sluggish fatty liver that makes us gain weight and lose energy. For decades now, your liver has helped you with over 500 key functions every day, like peeing. Why do you always put that?
I forgot
Ginger,
to take
come
that
here,
out.
come here, come here, girl. Come here. Will you get Ginger? The dog's going crazy. It's time you help your liver. There is a solution. It's called Liver Health Formula. It's an all-natural supplement that helps recharge and protect your liver. So if you're looking to ignite your fat-burning metabolism, boost your energy, and transform how you look and feel, try Liver Health Formula today. And when you do, you receive a free bottle of our blood sugar formula to reduce sugar cravings when you order it. So if you want to look good in a tuck-friendly bathing suit this summer, and you need to try Liver Health Formula because that will help you do it. Try Liver Health Formula by going to getliverhelp.com/Alex and claim your free bonus gift today. That's getliverhelp.com/Alex. Okay. The dog, poor Ginger, is going crazy. I feel bad. We should have brought her some steak or something. Come here, girl. I think she's eating a lot of this towel, Jimmy. Is that healthy for a dog to eat a bunch of towel?
It depends what the towel's made out of. Straight cotton, probably not good.
Why? Well, why is that bad? I know she was kind of choking and gagging earlier. I hope she's able to pass that. You know, one time when I was a kid, this is random, but you know how they have the little trampolines?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I was jumping on a little trampoline and two Legos were stuck together. You know how sometimes the Legos would be so stuck together you couldn't pull them apart? Mm-hmm. So I was jumping on a trampoline trying to pull out a Lego. This is a true story. And I swallowed the Lego. And I immediately started like crying and worrying. And my mom was very calm. She's like, don't worry. You're going to poop it out. And guess what? Guess what happened?
What?
What do you think?
You pooped it out?
Pooped it out. It was A-okay. It was totally fine. It didn't
How
die.
long did it take?
I don't remember the timeline. I was very young at the time, but I do remember being like, oh my gosh, Mom, come here, look at my poop. And that was...
Were they still together? Were the pieces still together?
No, actually, the Lego came apart. That's why I swallowed it. I'm saying it came apart. It was like off the thing. I swallowed one of the Legos. It was the smallest Lego. And you know, I don't know what this says about me, but I passed it fine. I don't even remember either straining or anything. So if you do eat a Lego, you will be fine for the people. And I know there's probably a lot of people that are watching this show that actually eat Legos, sadly. You're going to be okay. Well, I don't know. Are you going to be okay if you ate a lot of Legos, though, Jimmy? Probably not, right?
Yeah, probably eat them sparingly.
Or don't even eat them, but if you accidentally eat them,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, we have a lot to react to this evening.
Well, I want to say one funny comment. Someone left a funny comment about Milagro Jones. It says, "This man is every race."
He is. He's multicultural. Is what they call
I
it.
mean, he any race he would have given us, I would have believed him. And that's going to... He sounds like a politician, like a veteran politician with his answers, so that will serve him well.
Well, you know that I have an esteemed career as a commercial actor, being on TGA Fridays commercial or Zarka. And so I went on a few commercial auditions when I was starting out in the entertainment business, and they would always put out a casting call for ethnically ambiguous.
Interesting.
I swear, that's what they put.
I believe it.
It's called ethnically ambiguous. And a perfect example of that, and you know, is this whitewashing, blackwashing history? But you know, Jake from State Farm was originally a white guy.
Yeah.
And now he's kind of like multicultural, ethnically ambiguous.
Mm-hmm.
Because it relates to more people. So
Is it racist that they won't get like black guys and they're like, well,
that's what I'm saying. I think like it'd be kind of cooler if it was like just a really, you know, hardcore black guy. But no,
we need Charleston White in a State Farm commercial.
That would be good. That would be good. Charleston White would be legendary. And it doesn't get,
Should we take him to a protest?
Oh.
Well, Charleston White would probably end up using one of his weapons. Do you remember all the weapons he had when he came on set?
Yeah, but think how viral it'd go.
Yeah, could you imagine him tasering one of these people?
So we would not be able to go live with Charleston White at a protest, just in case.
Maybe. I mean, maybe
Let's roll
we
the
could.
dice, you know. Let's get interesting.
Well, you know what I'm trying to do is, guys, we're thinking we should put in the chat. Should I go to New York City tomorrow? We'll let the chat decide. I bought a ticket on Southwest, which is refundable, about a month ago because they were on sale, and we said, because our viewership was great last week, guys, and we're over 1,000 right now. Thank all of you chat rats for being there. Thank you, Morgan. We just want to say thank you guys for watching. But we noticed that when I'm on the street, I'm at these protests, the man on the street stuff dominates. So I bought this ticket a month ago. I don't necessarily have to go, but we're thinking about going to New York tomorrow. I have to wake up at 4 a.m. to get on a 6 a.m. flight, fly on Southwest Airlines, and it's a Boeing 737 MAX 8 plane where 2 whistleblowers have died calling out the freaking safety inspections that those planes are getting. So I'm a little scared. Yeah, I know. Play the crashing sound. Play the crashing sound. Then they're going to play this at my funeral. Alex is right. Shouldn't have got on the plane. But the chat is going to decide my fate.
Well, tell them the other option. The other option is go to a local college protest. That would be, or would we want to be in studio tomorrow and do that Thursday?
Maybe. We don't even know yet. We have so many options.
Yeah, I guess because we have a guest tomorrow in studio regardless.
I do really want to do the hot sauce challenge.
That is true.
We have that super hot challenge. Yeah, you guys want to see me eat a bunch of hot sauce tomorrow and melt my face off. They loved it when I ate that hot chip. You know, the problem is, this show's, we're talking about number 2 too much, but another thing, when you eat that hot sauce, it's a lot like the Lego. Doesn't
Which
go
hurts
away.
more to come out, though.
It hurts way more than the Lego. Honestly, I'd rather swallow a few of those Legos that are just the 2-prong Legos than eat this sauce because it's just the internal bleeding. I mean, it literally, when you put this stuff, it will give you internal bleeding. The Scoville peppers are so potent and so strong. So we're going to eat that maybe tomorrow, maybe Thursday. But did you put should Alex go to NYU or UT Arlington? Okay, let's say, it's 72% New York. Now, if I don't go in the morning, they're going to be like, Alex was afraid to go to New York. Yes, I am a little nervous. Did you see all those people, those protesters recently in New York City, like barricading themselves, attacking cops? You think an NYPD cop is going to save me? The same thing Milagro was talking about, how the LAPD, he got freaking threatened with a weapon. They don't want to do anything because what's the point of putting a criminal in jail if they're going to get right back out? So these cops are not even motivated to protect and serve. They're really just motivated to protect their own, neck so they don't die or they don't get fired. So I don't know. It's a war zone out there. I'm willing to go into a war zone. I feel a little bit like a war zone correspondent when I go to these protests. Not trying to, pat myself on the back, but I do put myself in dangerous situations to try to bring you guys a little bit of entertainment. So I guess we'll let the chat decide. What are you thinking, Jimmy and Brandon? Should I go? I know you guys are worried about my safety. I think
I am a little concerned that the New York ones, those aren't the fun type of protesters. Those are like the people who just want to destroy things. And without backup, I'm a little concerned they might, because you're a big fella. You don't blend in well.
No, dude, I'm taller than everybody, and I'm a target 100%. They look at me, and then I'm the only person in a suit. So maybe if I wore my tuck-friendly bathing suit, they might be nice to me.
That's true. If you come as an ally, I think they have to treat you well, right?
Well, because most of those protesters are very, very white.
And gay.
They are. Well, it's the white ones that don't fit in. The Palestinian ones or the Middle Eastern guys, they look like, they're kind of vibing and everybody. But it's like the white people with their hair painted blue and purple and like, I don't understand. The Gays for Palestine is a real thing, guys. That is a real thing. I thought that was going to be totally fake when we made that joke. I didn't think there would actually be that much support from the gay community. Did you see I shared it on the stream last night. There's a sign going around that says, Allah loves equality. I didn't know Allah was gay friendly. I mean,
almost for Hamas is real, dude.
I know. Does Allah celebrate Pride Month?
No.
And when do they do Pride parades in Palestine, Jimmy? Did they do them in June too?
Well, they just throw you right into the casket.
Yeah.
That's what they do. They just slam dunk you, Michael Jordan style.
Yeah,
into a
from
casket.
the roof.
Yeah.
That's sad. That's really sad. But these people are confused. They're on a bunch of different antidepressants, so they're probably like, woo, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Inshallah.
And infatada, which kind of sounds like tostada, which I would like a tostada with a little guacamole right now.
Well, Alex, speaking of being progressive, you are a champion of women's rights because of this
I see the prompter.
new move.
I know, guys. I deserve a pat on the back. It's literally, was this 1 year ago this week, Jimmy, when we confronted Brittany Griner?
It was about this time, yeah.
And now, because of that, the WNBA has come to the conclusion that the players are now going to get charter flights. So the Caitlin Clark effect is real. She's bringing eyeballs on it. She only makes a few $100,000 a year, but she signed a $25 or $28 million contract with Nike. Is that correct, Jimmy?
She actually makes less. I think she makes about $70,000 a year.
That's it? As the #1 overall draft pick?
Well, that's her WNBA contract, but she has her own Nike shoe that she'll make millions from.
Listen, these women don't make any money, and it's like the lowest form of athleticism that I've ever seen. I mean, there's a video of Artie Lang, the old Howard Stern host, playing an actual UConn college basketball player, and he loses by 1 point, and he was winning the whole time. He just got so tired. So there is a huge disparity of talent levels, obviously. But it's kind of nice. It is kind of nice that they're finally getting a little bit of love, all because what was it? The women's got more ratings than the men's, Jimmy? Is that correct?
That actually is correct. They got more viewers for their national championship game than the men's.
So I guess they deserve freaking chartered flights.
We get a pair of the Caitlin Clarks to,
Yeah, if I can afford them. How much are they? I need to buy the knockoffs from Bangkok.
How long until the Chinese knock off her shoes?
They're going to have a fake Caitlin Clark gear.
Caitlin Clark.
Does she have CC on the shoes? Does she have some cool logo, like a LeBron type logo?
I actually haven't seen them yet, but I mean, they should make her the new logo, right?
That would be great, the WNBA logo. And there's other WNBA players that are mad, though. They're mad that she's getting all the shine. Well, we like our guy, Jason Whitlock, but did you see that picture with Barstool Sports, Ben Mintz? We don't have the picture, but where he took a picture with Kim Mulkey, and she literally looks like she's like a corpse.
No, it's amazing how different she looks without makeup. She looked terrifying.
She looked really, really bad. So, I don't know, women's basketball, why not? Who cares? Just let them. The NBA's paying for it anyway. And the NBA, they have all those guaranteed contracts. They get overpaid. All of them get overpaid. And I want the athletes to get money. I don't think the owners should be making it all, but still, it's just, give me a freaking break. But they need to be thanking me. So, Caitlin Clark, what's Cameron Brink and Angel Reese. If you guys would like to write me a thank you note, you can send it to me here at The Blaze. I would really appreciate that, and we will read that note on the show. Okay, now this next clip, Kamala Harris, the freaking the damsel in distress, Kamala. Let's watch this clip.
Madam Vice President, Hamas says it accepted a ceasefire deal. Hamas says it accepted a ceasefire deal. Your reaction?
What are your thoughts on Hamas accepting a ceasefire deal?
She's just trying to patronize, or she's just so, I mean, that's just, I got shrimp and grits. She didn't even hear them ask the question. She wanted to brag and try to be as Southern as possible, even though I think she's Indian, and trying to act like she's eating all these grits. I got shrimp and grits. I'm so black. I got shrimp and grits.
I love this clip so much.
Hamas has accepted a ceasefire deal. Your reaction?
Just trying to ask, what about Israel and Hamas right now, and just yelling shrimp and grits?
She's just pandering at this point. I mean, why does she think that we even give a crap what she ordered there?
So here's my take on Kamala. She's obviously not actually doing anything. I'm sure, she probably ate a Klonopin or two, maybe a cocktail for lunch.
It does seem like she's on prescription pills.
Right? Because that seems like something you would do, a little tipsy at noon, and someone's trying to ask you about the war, and just like, we got shrimp and grits. She doesn't even take a second to think of the question. She's just worried about what she's eating for lunch, and that kind of rules.
But have we even looked into it? There is some substance to the clip. Has Hamas said that they want a ceasefire now?
They actually did accept the latest ceasefire proposal, but it's unclear if Israel will accept it because they're currently invading Rafah.
Yeah, I know. I don't think Israel's going to accept it. That's the problem. That's the bad problem. They pissed off Israel too much, and October 7th was terrible. So I don't know. I feel bad for all the people that are, innocent in this, because there are innocent people that are dying. But I think that's sadly what's going to happen is, can Israel destroy just everything in the Gaza Strip? And I guess that would that solve this problem? I'm acting ignorant on purpose, but is that their goal, is to just kill everybody there?
I'm pretty sure that would piss off the rest of the Muslim world.
United Nations are pretty mad right now, aren't they?
It is one way to, solve the issue, though. It's not a great answer, but if we get rid of them all, I guess problem solved in a sense.
Yeah, I don't know if that's
more of a short-term solution, but long-term, like all the ISIS will come back being like, you destroyed an entire region.
Well, my attorney, John Gross, he talks about it a long time ago. This rabbi had this crazy plan to just pay all the Palestinian people $1 million and just see if they would relocate. Now it's like they don't, financially it'd be impossible. There's too many people there. But that seems like the only way you could have done it peacefully is basically pay people money to do it. I feel like that. But even some people, because there's always like that. What's the movie Up, where the old woman doesn't want to sell her house, but they build a shopping mall all around it?
Yeah.
There's always going to be somebody that doesn't sell their house, right? So Israel's just going to be like, bling, that's not good. I don't like that. I don't condone killing anybody. I'm anti-war, but I just think that it's going to be a bloodbath over there, and sadness.
Wouldn't it be kind of cool, though, if they shot a nuke off?
Well, nukes are fake, so that's not going to happen.
Actually, you know what? I feel like this makes a good argument for it, because if they had,
wouldn't they have already dropped it, Jimmy?
If solved this in one day.
Why wouldn't they drop it?
That's a good point.
And I was speaking at a Minds event, and a guy that actually was in the military came up to me because I mentioned that as one of my favorite conspiracies, and he agreed with me. He just said there's a whole industry of fear based around the nuclear weapons, and that they have big bombs, obviously, but the idea, he agreed with me on a lot of it, about the splitting the atom and all this. Dude, the Manhattan Project, that's what they always talk about. It was 10,000 people worked on it. They all kept a secret. They all kept a secret because they didn't know jack shit, because they're all just working bees. They don't know if it worked or not. So I don't know. If they're going to drop one, they're going to drop one on there, right? Isn't that going to be the biggest target? You think Russia's going to drop one on Ukraine?
Look, I just kind of want to see one go off in the modern day. I feel like their nukes are cool in theory, and I'd like to see one happen.
I would not.
I would not either.
What do you mean? That'd be good for content.
You're sick. It would be good content, especially if I was near the blast or radiation. And got I'd do a selfie, nuclear selfie, and then grow
an extra. How viral you'd go with the fucking mushroom cloud in the back?
I know, and then I'd grow a third ear, or one of my eyeballs falls out. That'd be kind of cool too. We'd definitely go viral. Okay, now this next clip. Kathy Hochul is literally smoking the fentanyl that she's finding on the streets of New York City, because this is what she said. We're going to play this clip, but she literally said that black people in the Bronx don't know what a computer is. Now, if I said that at a city council meeting, they would probably cancel me. If I said, oh, well, black people don't know what a computer is, they don't know what a computer is, they would cancel me. Kathy Hochul can say it, the governor, and everybody's like, oh, she's just trying her best. Now let's watch this clip.
Young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word computer is. They don't know. They don't know these things.
What?
And I want the world open up to all of them, because when you have their diverse voices innovating solutions through technology, then you're really addressing society's broader challenge.
Does she not realize that every young black, white, Chinese kid, they all love video games. They all know about computers. We can't even live in society. Cars have computers, planes have computers. Everything I'm saying, yeah, literally everything is a freaking computer. So I guess that she thinks young African American kids just like look at the screen and they don't know how to. I mean, this is the same when it was Kamala Harris that said black people don't need to show IDs to vote because they don't know how to go to Kinko's and do paperwork. Do you guys remember that?
Oh, yeah. Well, they said that basically like, black people don't know how to get an ID.
I think she said you can't go to Kinko's. Kinko's has been like out of business for like 2 years.
That's true.
Yeah, like Kinko's isn't even a thing anymore, but...
I like how she's like, they don't know what computers like. Kathy, they're shooting each other on TikTok Live. They absolutely know.
Yeah, and Kathy, you don't know what a computer is. It sounds like you don't know what a computer is. If you don't think they don't know what it is, what is your definition of a computer, Governor? I mean, what do you think a computer is? Like, literally, come on. But
it's my favorite brand of racism, though, to be like, well, look, it's not their fault. They're just too stupid to use modern technology. So, they got to vote by mail.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. But she is the governor, so... We love you, Kathy Hochul. You're doing a great job. Bang up job in New York. It's the best place to be on earth right now. Okay, now our girl, Kim K, does she worship the devil? Probably. Was O.J. Simpson her sister's dad? Probably. Did she have a sex tape with Ray J? Obviously. But she's going viral for getting made fun of. Let's watch a clip. Oh, this is the Met Gala. Look at her weird. I thought this was from the roast.
Alex, do you think you could fit in that?
No, but I was actually talking to Kinsey Schofield, who works at Talk TV, and she is the American correspondent for the royal family. She's like an expert of the Met Gala, all these, high-class events. And that Kim Kardashian actually wore Marilyn Monroe's dress like a year or two ago, and that they had to tape it shut because her butt was too big. It didn't fit over her butt.
Didn't she break the dress?
She broke the dress.
Yeah.
She broke, this like very expensive heirloom because her derriere was so big. And people were saying with this clip, what's most alarming is the size of her waist seems to be so snatched in.
How does she breathe? How can you possibly breathe in that?
Well, she's on so much Ozempic that she is probably that skinny on her waist. But then her butt is filled with so much Brazilian butt lift that it doesn't really make sense how she's walking. If you look at her, it kind of goes against... Maybe that's proof that the Earth is flat and that gravity's not real, because wouldn't that body shape fall over, Jimmy, Mr. Scientist?
She literally had to get helped by walking, so I think she's trying to fall over.
Yeah, I don't think she's a good argument for that because nothing about Kim Kardashian is, real.
I know, but I think gravity is mass attracted to mass. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So wouldn't that huge, massive derriere just be like stuck like a magnet to the earth if gravity was real, Jimmy?
Well, what do they fill the BBL with? Is it like, do they just like put air in there?
Well, this is another thing. Gosh, I'm giving you guys some real inside baseball. And I didn't technically write this bond, but a company that my dad works with, a woman went to jail for murder because she was doing illegal BBLs. And it was, long story, it was a super expensive bond. I think my dad had to help them, the finance parts of it. But this person went to jail. They were putting literally liquid cement from Home Depot. Yes. Look it up. Type it in, Jimmy, real quick. But just type in like liquid cement death BBLs. And this person, they got charged with manslaughter. And so they'll stick anything in you. I think they really, like the scientific thing, there's supposed to be some sort of silicone that they can order online or something. Like there is some sort of...
The fake boob stuff, right?
Yes, but I don't know how that works without a bag. So maybe it hardens, but... Can you imagine that you're like want your butt to be so big that you just stuff it with toxic chemicals?
Yep. So fake Florida doctor who enhanced buttocks with cement caulking gets 10 years for manslaughter.
Yeah, I told you. No, that's real. And there was another case in Dallas, or maybe that was the same person. That I think they had like a mobile clinic where you'd find them on Instagram or Snapchat, and they would come and just put liquid cement in your derriere.
Jeez.
It'd be hard to poop with all that liquid cement. Why are we talking about poop so much this episode, Jimmy?
I don't know. It's just sometimes the topics find you.
Yeah, I'm thinking Ginger just went poop on the studio, so we need to clean that up. Make sure to clean that up, Jimmy. Okay, now, I talked about this a little bit last night, but this is at UC Berkeley. This is a school that I've spoken at, so this person probably, if I can speak there, then this person should definitely be allowed to speak there. Let's play this little clip. You guys see this? That's a furry teaching at UC Berkeley, one of the most prestigious universities in the entire world. And they're giving a technical lecture. Like if you look at that right there, that's like a technical graph.
M class, I think. It's for like computer science.
Yeah, and you imagine a cat, a furry, trying to use a computer. I mean, it doesn't even make sense. How can they punch? And
Alex, I think Ronnie the Rat has to make an appearance again as a distinguished professor.
I know. So the next school that I speak at, I have to dress as Ronnie the Rat, don't I?
Yeah, but you have to say you have a PhD in some very advanced science.
Well, I can say that. I have a PhD in gravity being fake, right?
There you go. Yeah, say you got a PhD in astrophysics. And
Yes, there you go. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Okay, now, this is our last clip. Denver take in migrant family.
Now, if you're interested in learning more about hosting a migrant family, all you got to do is take out your phone, dial 211. It's as easy as that. You're going to be asked a few questions, things along the lines of how long are you able to host somebody? What kind of space are you available to provide? And Kettering says you can expect that phone call to last about 20 minutes. Reporting live in Denver, Nate Pelt, Fox 31.
Well, this is actually a very serious thing because what it's in the Constitution. What amendment is it? No quartering, Jimmy, where you don't have to house troops at your house?
I think that's the third or fourth.
Whatever amendment that is, they had to because I guess like during the Revolutionary War, soldiers would just like go to people's houses and like stay there, because they had guns and the other people didn't. But this is the conspiracy theorist in me. This is pure speculation that they're going to, and I know it sounds totally impossible, but I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't try to militarize all of these illegal immigrants. I don't know how that would even work. But I wouldn't be surprised if they make it mandatory for some people to have to house some of these immigrants, Jimmy, because they're going to run out of hotel rooms. It's like no quartering. Then they'll have to create a constitutional law saying, oh, I can't have illegal immigrants. But until there is a law against that, I'm just telling you, they kind of give you these predictive programming stuff like, oh, hey, you can join it. Because then a couple people go online or they get interviewed like, you know what? I let a bunch of Haitian cannibals in my house and they were great. They were really nice. And then more people might do it. But I would not be surprised if there's one day where, and you're like, how does that happen? Let's say you own a property. Let's say you're an Airbnb host. They're going to say, well, now the Airbnbs, the same people that they make a hotel taking immigrants, they're going to make Airbnb people taking immigrants. And then it'll move past that. They'll make landlords lease their houses only to illegal immigrants. That sounds crazy, sounds far-fetched, but I would have never thought that there would be an influx of illegal immigrants that are supported by our government. So be on the lookout for that. That's very scary.
Alex, I like how there's an app called Adopt an Illegal Immigrant Family. Like there's an app if you want to host a migrant.
That's a good app.
Like, I wonder if it's like Tinder where you can swipe and pick your favorite one and they can swipe on you too. Like it's
I need a big booty Latina. Ooh. Yeah, I know. George is in the director's in the ear. He needs a wide receiver for his son's Pee Wee football team. And listen, and they have a fake birth certificate, so we can get like a 16-year-old kid on your son.
Brilliant.
Yeah, baby Gronk's dad will definitely know how to forge one of those birth certificates. So you guys will never lose a 7-on-7 football game ever again. All right, folks, this has been our show. We're going to be live. What did the chat say about New York or UT Arlington? Let me look right now. New York's winning 69%. Nice. All right, well, I might be going to New York. It's still undecided depending on if I wake up in the morning. Guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Make sure to hit that like button right now. I had to keep reminding you because that helps us in the algorithm get recommended to more people. So hit that. I'm not trying to annoy you. I appreciate all you chat rats being here tonight. And is there anything I'm missing? The Monday show was great. We're going to start doing the Monday show, so we really appreciate all the people that called in and watched that show. We had at one point, we had 9,000 live viewers with the Twitter feed. So I can't believe we had that much support, but that's all because of you guys. So support us by going to blazetv.com/primetime and subscribing so you can get that Monday show. And you can call in because we're only going to keep it on YouTube for so long. All right, guys, it's been our show. We end the show the same way every time with a freestyle finale. DJ, hit that beat. Come here, girl. Come here. Yo, I'm with my dog. Ginger is really bad. She is kind of sad. She is a mutt. She's in a rut. And that is the smell of her butt. It stinks. It's gross. But I am the host. I bring a bad dog to the studio. Glenn Beck says she has to go because she's bitten everybody around her. Now she's got to go in the blender. No, that's wrong. I'm not Kristi Noem. You're going to live forever. I love you, Ginger. I would never hurt you. Make sure to hit that like button one more time. I love you. Peace and good night.